Welcome back, everybody. This is the RGR Football Channel. My name's Daniel Harms, film analyst here, taking over the live stream for the 2022 NFL Draft. This is day two. Not picks. This is day two in terms of actual round two and round three for Kansas City and the entire NFL. So I want to start off by saying that I owe a lot of everybody a little bit of an apology for last night. I made it more about my own feelings instead of actually reporting. So what we're going to do today is go through what both of the players that the Chiefs drafted last night bring to the team off the top right now, as in day one, week one, what these players are going to do in Kansas City, how they're going to contribute. We're going to go a little bit over some of the highlights that I found combing through some tape today. Obviously, it can't be actual real highlights. This is all 22 because it's the only thing we get to look at that isn't copyrighted. So this is George Karloftis, by the way. George Karloftis was drafted with the 30th pick last night, and he brings a little bit of versatility to his game for the defensive side here. A little bit of the spin move action we get to see from George Karloftis, interior pass rushing here against the right guard. A little spin move action there. Just misses the quarterback. Maybe it's due to his short arms, but I think that what we can reasonably assume is that George Karloftis is going to be able to bring a good amount of run defense on the edge. He's going to probably rush from a 2-point stance a lot. I would imagine they're going to bring him down to this interior position a lot as well on passing situations early in his career to help Chris Jones as well as himself go against less athletic and less speedy offensive guards. Here he is on the right side of the offensive formation or defensive formation, just collapsing the pocket. This is what exactly it's probably a little choppy because it's live, so just gonna have to kind of deal with it. If it's too bad, we'll just cut it out and I'll just talk about him off the top. But he does collapse the pocket extremely well. This is exactly what you know we expected from a Steve Spagnuolo defensive end. This was their guy, and we have all kind of assumed that it was their guy. And right there, just kind of get inside that tackle, push back, almost get a pass deflection. So they're just going to run through it. I'm just not going to really let too much go off the top here. But he's very, like I said, he's good against the run. This is just a little outside zone actions, able to seal the edge there, create that little bit of vertical push and sideline to sideline push, get that upfield, make sure they can't get around right there. Boom, make a tackle. Easy. That's awesome. I agree. Appreciate you guys here. And then there's a little bit of speed when you don't get blocked. It's always nice to see when he gets that first step, though. He does hit it. He hits that first step. He times. I do think he's much like Aiden Hutchinson in the sense that he can time the snap very well. And when he gets that first, when he gets that first step, he really does do a good job. Yeah, only knives. I have the PFF site up and it is coming in. So now we're going into Trent McDuffie on the outside. The first thing we're talking about is his speed. He has legitimate speed all parts of the field. And I do think that he brings a little bit of versatility in the fact that he can be an outside corner. He can play in the slot. And I do think that they can really bring in him to play a little bit of safety. So interesting. I think that there's always a possibility that he could play a little bit of safety later in his career. But we do have more Trent McDuffie here. This is the hips, okay? Just watch it. This has nothing to do with making a play. Just watch his hips. We're going to go back so you can actually see it. Watch his hips, the hip fluidity. He's going to snap him inside, snap him back outside, easy, and click. Boom. Simple. Like this is it. Sees things before they happen. You're probably not going to be able to see a whole lot of this, but still, we're just going to go through it real quick. Right here, just up at the top. Click, boom, pass, breakup. And then we have a little bit of range from the running back, some people talking about running backs in the chat. And I'm thinking about running back now. Oh man, Trent McDuffie, range, some more speedy range. Look at him move, sift the traffic, boom. Just the ability to close. Look at him. Boom, third down, hits. This is why I like Trent McDuffie a lot. I think Trent McDuffie is going to be an absolute steal where they got him. I thought he'd be gone at 12 to the Minnesota Vikings. They end up doing different things, but McDuffie is a guy who can literally play everywhere. He has the balls, even with shorter arms, he has those ball skills. And again, he makes plays everywhere. Look at him. Look at the cover. Look at the closing speed he's got. Again, on third down, they do a great job of trying to get the ball to a guy with speed in the flat, but he just comes downhill, flies downhill, and just gets there. I love it. I love the way that he plays the game. The smartest cornerback in the room. He's going to be all over the defense for Steve Spagnuolo, all over everywhere. Just awesome. So that just wanted to start off this whole stream by getting the highlights of those two guys, what they're going to bring. First of all, George Karloftis is going to be a day one starter, in my opinion. He'd be day one starter alongside Frank Clark. Those are your two guys. Now, if you bring back a Melvin Ingram, you can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things. Say you have your first, second. So now you bring, here's a situation. Bring back Melvin Ingram. He is a third down pass rusher. So you have George Karloftis, but he's a big dude. Line him up alongside Chris Jones on the inside and bring in a third down or a rushing defensive end to Melvin Ingram with Frank Clark, even though it's Frank Clark. I think you got something there with Chris Jones and Melvin Ingram and a pass rusher on the inside and George Karloftis, who has a good first step and that strength to overpower some of these guards. It's going to be a little different in the NFL, obviously, but the strength to collapse the pocket is there. So I'm interested to see what they end up doing with Karloftis. I'm hopeful that he's better than my evaluation of him. That's what we all want. That's what we all want when they take these players. We all want to see them hit their absolute ceiling. And I do think his absolute ceiling is a version of Trey Hendrickson, not the same type, but in that sense that he can get you to double-digit sacks in different ways, because Trey Hendrickson doesn't play the way you would expect him to play. He does have a bit more speed to his game, but Karloftis is more of the opposite with the first step, and you can really use that to convert to speed to power. So I'm interested. I'm hoping that he can get to his ceiling. And again, I wasn't super happy with the pick, but it's neither here nor there. He is a Kansas City Chief now. We have to take it for what it is. I have to take it for what it is and explain to you guys what it is that I think he can do. We just talked about McDuffie. So now that we got all of that off of our chest, Trent McDuffie, by the way, is a day one starter on the outside. They fully expect him to be a day one starter on the outside. Like, that's it. So it's fun. I think McDuffie is going to be the steal of the draft at 22, 21, where they got him. I think he's that good in terms of the intelligence. I'm hoping that Karloftis can also be like that. So that's what it is. I had 22 or 24 first round picks or first round draft grades. As we can see here, I had 24. Yeah, McDuffie is, I would think, in my opinion, McDuffie is much better than Ward. But, we'll see. I did have 24 first round grades, and 20 of them were selected last night, which makes me feel a little bit better about my first round grades. I do think that if Ojabo had been healthy, if Booth had been healthy, he probably also would have gone in the first round. Mechie, probably more likely than not. But so yeah, we have a lot of possibilities heading in this second day. With we're going to see running backs start to go. I think we might end up seeing some tight ends. And yes, you guys do definitely hear my daughter in the background. She is coughing while she's playing on her tablet. So we're going to have a lot of interruptions tonight. Also, there is a backup stream at 7:30. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to have to take my daughter and put her down. So we might have an interruption in the stream. At 7:30, there will be another one that pops up if I have to leave and I can't come back to this one. So if I can't get somebody to take over the stream to come in and help facilitate that 20 to 30 minutes that I'm going to need, I will have to log off of this one and re-up another one stream at 7:30. So don't fret. We will be back and we'll go over everything that's happened. And again, still have some more picks, at least a pick to look forward to in the third round. So appreciate y'all being here. Almost 200 in here. I'm looking forward to hopefully setting a record. We had over 20,000 views on the RGR channel yesterday. incredible from that was awesome. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everything. You guys are always here supporting us and yeah, right? Yeah. Maybe you should drink some water. Don't time? No, knocking over. Don't stay, put her down. You know what I mean? Put her to bed. Yeah, that's always put her down. I always talk about that. Hi. All right. So I'm hoping that it goes a little bit further. Faster, I mean not further, definitely faster. So again, you guys feel free to ask questions. I'm going to be a little more loose today with answering them. I'm not going to be like super set on them. So try to understand that I have a lot of stuff to look at right now. So thank you for the question, Roldler. Do you think the Chiefs got a go tight end at 103 with Jelani Woods or Jeremy Rucker? I don't think so. I think that if they had kept most of their back end of the third and back end of the fourth round draft capital, then maybe. But I think the fact that they took one of the third round picks and traded it away along with a fourth round pick, that they are going to be focused on double dipping at either edge or corner or wide receiver. I do think that is a very realistic possibility, especially today where they have two picks. So I definitely, or excuse me, round two where they have two picks. So I'm very interested to see what they do. And there are a couple options at defensive end that I would be all over taking at 50, possibly even trading up if they have to. All right, thank you, Cody. Do you think Karloftis will play better at a lighter weight? It's interesting dynamic. The lighter weight isn't going to help with the lateral agility. It's going to help him get off the ball a little bit faster and more consistently. That was one of the things that I noted, that he does have a really good first step when he hits it right. The problem that I find that is it was a little more inconsistent. And if he's able to get that down right, actually, if you guys want to go like watch a little bit of Aiden Hutchinson in 2020 and even the beginning of 2021, he had to work tirelessly to get that first step right. And when I watch Karloftis, he has an inconsistent first step. He takes a false step at time, but when he times it and gets it right, it's really good. So really, the lesser weight would help him maybe slip inside a little bit, but I think the Chiefs want him right where he weighed in at the combine, so we can keep what power he really has and use the speed in the first step that he has to continue to produce some speed to power, so you can push him on the inside and still have that little get off that he's got. Thank you for the question, Cody. All right, so make sure if you are new to the channel, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the sub notification. Okay, that is the way you help us out. It helps us out, it helps you guys out getting all the videos that we do and the content we do every single week, and it also helps us get out to the community. We want to bring in more Chiefs fans. Make sure you hit that like and the bell and the sub. And it looks as if Logan Hall is the pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thank you very much for the super chat, Rodier. Very much. Thank you. Thank you, bandwagon Dallas Texans fan. Hippo character throwing a blazing uppercut into the air while the word KO appears in the background. Wow, that's impressive. Oh, that was a super sticker. Interesting. Thank you for that. All right, let's go ahead and look at the big board. So, defensive tackle, Logan Hall. I had him as a late second round pick, but this does make sense for what Tampa Bay is looking for. Definitely want that bigger defensive end build type of defensive tackle to bring in there, and it looks like they're going to move him in there. So we're going to keep along with the making sure these are blue, and we're going to actually. So we'll have it a little bit of color coded. What's going on, everybody? I'm glad y'all are here. So yeah, I do have the PFF site up, which seems to be the fastest. So I'm going to let you guys know when it drops here. And if you're watching on live, I do apologize. I'm going to be trying to keep up with the chat because the chat usually is faster than I am. So Had another little interesting disconnection there. Man. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's going to be a pretty good Sue replacement. So Green Bay just traded up to 34. I think that means they're going to get George Pickens right now. They're going for wide receiver. I think is very, very obvious. I'm just letting you guys know that I am watching the PFF live tracker. It's fast. It's much faster than the live. So if you're watching on live, like I said, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and the chat usually is way ahead of me. So I'm going to be trying to keep up with actual real live stuff so we can talk about it as it happens. So all right. So yeah, they did take where to go. Where to go? Here we go. Here we go. Logan Hall is there. All right, and I'm still waiting on the Packers. All right. Scroll back up a little bit. Thank you for the question, Sugary Special K. What do you think would trigger the Chiefs to move up from 50? If one of their guys falls, if they have a guy that's starting to fall a little bit, or they start seeing some of the guys, the position they're looking for right now, really start to go off the board, that would trigger a trade up. But unless somebody that they have like circled, exclamation pointed, dotted next to their name, starred, whatever it is, it starts to fall, they would probably go up to try to get him. Thank you for the super chat, Dub. Oh, that's Christian Watson off the board. Let's go. That's right. Big love from the UK. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Going to try and stay up for the both rounds tonight. Let's go, Chiefs. Yes, that's it. And you know something funny? That's awesome that we have a lot of UK friends and families out here. I love that. You guys are great. And I love the support that you're consistently bringing the channel. All of that European love. Thank you. Christian Watson is off the board, which makes a lot of sense too. It was either Pickens or it was going to be Watson. So I actually had the Packers taking Christian Watson in my first round mock, but it was obviously in the first, not the second. So they trade up and they go get Christian Watson, which I think is a pretty big reach for the guy, but I understand going to get him. I definitely do. He's got all the physical traits you're looking for in a wide receiver. Just hoping that the tape works out for him. All right, so Christian Watson is now off the big board. If you guys are interested, this is Ryan's big board as well. He had Christian Watson in the middle of the second. I was a little bit lower on him late second for me, but definitely in the same realm on Christian Watson. He also had Logan Hall as a middle second round pick. So we'll flash back to that as it keeps coming. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you put question marks in front of your question that you ask so I can pick it out of the chat easy. This is going to be more of a free-flowing draft watch. And so I promise I'll get to all the super chats if I don't miss it. And like we had issues last night with the camera. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. Everything seems to be fixed right now. So I also wanted to introduce a brand new piece that my parents got me for my birthday. And this is a picture of, let's just see if I can put it up here, the Chiefs Super Bowl win. And then it's signed by all the players that won that Super Bowl. So we have, this is probably better out here. Got all their signatures on it. Very, very cool. Don't be falling over on me. And then obviously I have a little draft card for Patrick Mahomes because why not? It is the draft, right? All right. So the Tennessee Titans were on the board and they took cornerback Roger McCreary out of Auburn. Another short arm corner that's really, really good in man coverage and sticky, as you call him, sticky. Thank you for the super chat, Brandon. Double dip at edge and get Ojabo in the second. I would myself, but I don't believe that David Ojabo was going to be on their board. If he falls 250, they might think about it, but I'm not sold on the fact that they're looking at David Ojabo just because of speed and doesn't know how to play the run. He's a speed rusher with athleticism that doesn't know how to play the run. So yeah. All right, so Roger McCreary. You all right, baby girl? Okay. You let me know if you need more water, okay? All right, McCreary I had as a early second round pick. Really, I do. I love the skills that he possesses as a corner. I think that he's unfortunately going to be pegged into maybe an outside slot type player. Yeah, she's doing okay, Avery. Funny enough, she's just right now she's in this weird phase that she has a lot of coughs. She coughs a lot with her, just the humidity being differently in the house and in her room. So she doesn't drink enough water either. So that's not helping the situation.
I'm waiting with my water.
Don't tip it. You're going to spill it all out. You want to hold it up and down. You need to sit up. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Ryan had him as a fringe second round pick. Right in here. We'll zoom in a little bit more so you can actually like read it. All right. So the Jets are on the clock. Anyhow, my daughter is not sick. Anybody wondering? I appreciate y'all asking, but she's just dryness does not work with her throat. All right, so I'm all caught up, I think. All right. Yeah, there's going to be I think that Booth is going to fall because there's a lot of concern about his foot. There's not really You okay? Maybe you should sit up. Maybe that's why you're coughing so much. It's all gone? No, it's not. Put it back. Woo! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
I don't want to play my games anymore again.
The Jets just took Breece Hall?
Daddy.
Okay, you don't have to. Can I have it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Breece Hall is now off the board. Wow. You can go play in your room for a little bit. Can you go play with your stuffed animals?
No.
Please.
No.
Okay. That's all right. So, back to the board here where they just took Breece Hall. So, I had Breece Hall as actually a third round pick. I know that's a little now my dog wants in on the action. I know that's a little low in some people's comparison. You want to come sit up here?
Yeah.
Okay. You can sit up here for a little bit. But I have a lot of questions about his vision and his ability to actually play in a lot of different schemes. I think he goes down on first contact too much, gets a little too cute. But again, I think that in the right system, he's going to be a very productive player in the NFL. Say hi to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right in here. Say hi.
Hi.
No. All right. So thank you for the question, William. What if Booth is this year's Trey Smith? I don't think he's going to fall that far, but he very well could fall in terms of being a guy who should have been taken in the first round and ends up being maybe. If you're going to cough, I'm going to have to rethink this. Let's see here. In terms, like he might go like late second, early third, and that could definitely be a steal. So yeah, everyone's saying hi to you. Mm-hmm. You're the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. But thank you again for the question, William. Thank you for the question, Cody. Do you think we trade up? If so, what position are they targeting? I think that right now they're going to be looking for a wide receiver. I think they want to get a wide receiver in the second round. And I honestly think that they're going to have an opportunity to get one that they really like. There's still George Pickens, John Mechie, Sky Moore, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Tolbert, all these guys that really fit their their needs. So I think that they're probably going to wait, much like they did yesterday. And the Houston Texans select Jalen Petrie. So that's a good pick for their defense. Really, really, really nice player. Can play all over the defense, play everywhere in terms of corner, a little bit of slot corner. He can play deep safety. He can play single high. He can play too high. He can come down in the box, play dime backer for you. So a really nice player that I think is going to help round out their defense. And now Jalen Petrie is off the board, who I had an early second round pick on. Great on him.
Here.
Cam kiss?
Tie their hand.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's okay. Cam kiss. Thank you. Okay, go play.
No.
You
You want to go play?
go play. I gotta work.
No, I don't want to go play.
All right. Well, that's not my problem. All right. So yeah, and then where Ryan have Jalen Petrie here? Let's see. He had him a little bit lower than me, but still in the same relative area. So yeah, we're both relatively high on Jalen Petrie. I think it's a really good pick for the Texans. Thank you, Mo. Why aren't we trading up for a wide receiver? I think that they're pretty comfortable staying where they are. The board is falling okay where they're at. They're going to have options at corner, at wide receiver, and probably edge as well. So I think that they're pretty comfortable. Yeah, so I'm just, if you guys are coming in and you're hearing picks really, really early, it's because I have the PFF board up and it updates super, super fast. I'm trying to keep everybody flowing properly so we're not having, a lot of miscommunication and waiting for picks to happen and people, getting it spoiled. So I'm being as live as I possibly can to get the picks in very, very quickly.
I'm still in here.
I know you're still in here. But yeah, I personally think that the Chiefs should stay at 50. And just keep where they're at. I still think they need to get a lot of the value out of the picks that they currently have. Watch the cords, please. I don't want you to trip. Yeah, my daughter would be. Scherzer, what do you want? I just got everybody in here. My dog's in here. My daughter's in here.
Sorry.
I think right now the board is doing pretty well. And Ross, I did see your thing up there. I appreciate you for apologizing. Mine was more directed towards you too. So just know that we're on the same wavelength here. Honestly, Christian, I know that there's a lot of. Let's see here. We'll do this. Thank you for the question, William. What is your wide receiver draft order available? All right, let's pull them up. Yeah, let's pull it up. You okay?
Yeah, Daddy.
Don't play underneath the. Don't play underneath it. I told you not to. All right, so these are my wide receivers currently ranked as they are. You all right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I have a late first on John Mechie. George Pickens is an early second. Sky Moore early second. Wandale mid second. So these are the guys that I have as first, second round picks right here. Oh man, that sucks. Well, Falcons just took Arnold Ebiketie. That was a guy that I thought the Chiefs might be in on in the second round, but I think that they're going to be more. Avery, please stop. Leave it alone. The Chiefs are probably going to be looking at somebody a little bit later. So we have. I didn't update Ebiketie. Where'd you go?
Huh?
Oh, I'm not talking to you, Avery.
Okay.
So there's still.
Sorry.
So Boy Mafe is actually still on the board. Interestingly enough, a lot of people thought he'd be going in the back end of the first round. So the fact that he's still on the board here is an interesting development. Him, Cam Thomas, David Ojabo, all three players that are falling right now. Obviously, Adabo because of the injury, but I think Cam Thomas also had a little bit of first round smoke near the end there, maybe more early first. So, yeah. Honestly, I think that the Packers may have saved the Chiefs. I know I'm not as high on Christian Watson as everyone else is, but that's he's the biggest one of the biggest projections outside of Trayvon Walker in this class. And it's really hard to it's really hard to hit on those players. It's difficult. So as much as I hope the best for him. I hope that he comes to his fruition being the best player that he can be. I'm not sure that it's going to happen. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? We almost got 400 people in here. Let's go. Hit those likes, hit the like, the sub, the bell notification. Also, Ryan and I just started a brand new way to consume more content about the NFL, about really everything else. NFL 33. Okay. If you're all going to interrupt me, you may as well just leave. Like, come on. NFL33.com is a new Substack that Ryan and I started. We're going to write lots of content, make some more podcasts for it. It's going to be awesome. I'm hoping you guys check it out if you're not already subscribed to it. Thank you for the question, Greg. What pick are they at? Right now is still the Bears at pick 39. My daughter is now running around like a mad woman. All right, Avery, do you want to watch a movie? Yeah. Okay. Apologies. I'm just going to put this on for real quick. You're going to have to watch a Disney movie, okay?
Okay, Disney movie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can pick out your pictures or get out. All right. I didn't miss any questions. All right. Thank you, Mo. I think we just answered this question. Why aren't they trading up? Because I think that they're pretty comfortable with the way the board's going right now. Thank you, Jacob. Has Sky Moore been picked? No, he's still on the board. What are your thoughts on team fit? I'm a little bit less on Sky than a lot of people. I seem to think a lot of people like him as somebody who can really, really run after the catch. I didn't see a whole lot of that. I thought a guy who didn't go down easily in terms of some contact balance, but I didn't necessarily think that he offers a whole lot of short area quickness and the ability to beat NFL corners deep. Okay, go ahead. All right, come here. By the way, update. The Chicago Bears just selected Kyler Gordon out of Washington, another very good corner. Did you want to watch Ice Age? Ice Age?
No.
No? Encanto?
No.
A Bug's Life?
No.
Frozen?
Yeah,
Frozen? One or two?
One.
One? Okay. Here you go. You're welcome. Okay, so team fit for Sky Moore. I think that he's probably going to be able to play both on the outside and okay. I'll be right back. Get out.
Where are you going?
Sorry. I think he can play on the outside and the inside. Probably more relegated to the inside in the NFL. But I do think that he's got the ability and the hand quickness and the lateral speed in his route stems to be able to beat press coverage in the NFL. It's more of a projection because I do think physicality sometimes in his route stem can limit his separation downfield, but he can create underneath. He can get open in the short and the intermediate parts of the field no matter what. So he would fit in what the Chiefs want to do using those bigger body guys on the outside. And then you can use Sky Moore over the middle underneath to really accentuate what they want to do offensively. So I think that he's a very good scheme fit and does bring another level of creating separation underneath. Hope that answers your question. All right, now we got the Seattle Seahawks at pick 40. Oh, I got to go to the board. Whew, man. All right. Kyler Gordon, I had a very early second round draft grade on him. Very, very good corner. I have issues with his ability to tackle. For a guy who has got 31-inch arms, he doesn't know how to use them very well. McDuffie uses them much better in the run defense. But very, very good coverage corner. Also scheme diverse, bit longer. Like I said, 31-inch arms, a bit taller than a McDuffie. And I really think that he would have been just as good a little bit later, even at 30. As McDuffie was at 22. It's a very good value pick, in my opinion. And Kyler Gordon for Ryan was also a mid second for him. So just a little bit different there, but we're seeing eye to eye on a lot of the same stuff. Thank you, Matthew. Do you think Pickens falls to 50? I think it's definitely possible for him to fall to 50. It's a lot of projection with George Pickens. I don't know how teams feel about him. He still didn't all the way get back. They don't know. I don't know if he's fully healthy. The only people that know that are the teams. They have the medical information to be able to do that. So I'm less likely to have taken him early in the second. I think at 50, if he's there, that's something I'm a little bit more comfortable with. But personally, I think right now we're seeing Pickens fall a little bit after being pumped up in the first round because it's a lot of unquestions, a lot of unknowns. Thank you for the question, Greg. Are we looking for an outside or a slot receiver? The Chiefs are looking for good players. They will ask all of their receivers to play slot, play outside, play Z, play the X. They'll ask them to do everything. So they're not looking for a fit. They're looking for a player that they think can do everything, whether that's bring speed, whether that's bring size, as long as they can do it and they do everything they've asked of them. They don't really have a looking for a slot, looking for an X, looking for a Z kind of guy. Thank you, Matthew. Do you think we could take um, Izukama at 103? Possibly. I probably wouldn't. I still don't think he's a day two player. I think he's a day three guy. And that's probably where they have him pegged. It would be a little bit of a reach for me, but I wouldn't it wouldn't shock me. Like there are other things they could do that would shock me, but that's not really one of them. Thank you, Soka. Does this suggest a trend that wide receivers quickly becoming the most premier position after quarterback surpassing edge? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Wide receiver is the even to an extent more so than edge right now. Like right now, we're seeing a renaissance of the wide receiver position. There's always talk about how drafts are so deep with wide receivers you can wait, but the truly elite ones are separating themselves. And they do it every single year, and they get those contracts and guys like an AJ Brown, like a Tyreek Hill, like a Devontae Adams. They're not those you guys that you can wait on. You find them and then you pay them. That's what you do. So we're seeing the best of the best really separate themselves from the others in the draft class. And yes, so I would most definitely say that that's true. Would you rather have had Jermaine Johnson or McDuffie that we did select? So really comes down to positional value, how you think this turns around. If you tell me the Chiefs took Jermaine Johnson at 21 and Kyler Gordon at 30, I'm probably leaning that way. But McDuffie is in my opinion, the best player out of the four. So like by a smidge, I had Jermaine Johnson's up there for me, but the McDuffie's a smidge better than him in what he also brings. So that's my opinion. I think I have them ranked a little bit differently. I think I have McDuffie more towards the end of the first with my corner rankings, but that's based on corner rankings and not the overall players. Thank you, Terry. Do you think we will trade for Tony from the Giants tonight? No, I don't. I don't think that the Chiefs are going to to want Kadarius Toney. That's my own opinion, and we know that the Chiefs like to take on players that have checkered past to try to turn them around. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. I don't think they will, but you know. I didn't actually get to Torrey very much this year. I didn't see a whole lot of his tape. So this year, Ryan and I didn't get to do like the day 3 guys as much as we would have liked to do. But next year is going to be a little bit different. I think we're going to have much better idea. So. You okay? Do you need more water? Drink your water then. Thank you, David. Would you go Tolbert or Mechie as far as fit? I think I would go Mechie also because Mechie kind of fits what they're trying to do with youth. The Chiefs have been selecting 21-year-olds, and Tolbert's 23. He's a bit older. He is a redshirt senior, if I'm not mistaken. If not, he's a senior. Mechie is 21. So I think that play is going to play into who they end up taking. And I would personally take Mechie. I think that the speed that he brings, the suddenness that he brings when he's fully healthy it's not Jameson Williams. It's a tier down, but and the tiers are, he's Jameson Williams is the top tier, and then you have, in my opinion, you got Mechie. So thank you for the question, Duggins. Is there a coverage linebacker value we can get? Definitely. There's going to be Channing Tindall as a coverage guy. I have him as a 3rd round grade, but you could probably take him at 64 and talk me into it. That's probably the guy that I'd be leaning towards if they're looking for a coverage guy, at least with the ability to do so. Man, what are the Seahawks doing? I don't see the pick is in for them at all. Thank you, Kevin. Are we going to play McDuffie as punt returns? He's got to be better than Hughes. I think that he's going to offer a little bit of that. So I don't think that that's definitely out of the question. He does have that quick twitch ability and speed to be able to return them. So, yeah, I think that he's in the running for being able to do that. It is another thing to be a corner with that versatility and ability to have punt returns. So, definitely somebody, I think he can do that. Thank you, Angry Drunken German. What range of picks do you see Cam Thomas going? I think Thomas is probably going to, right now, be somewhere between 50 and 40. Like right now, I think he's going to go in the next 10 picks. I really think he will. That he's another one of those high floor guys that has maybe not the most upside in the world, but he's going to come in and contribute and be somebody you can count on to do exactly what they're being told to do and do it right. So I didn't think he's about to go at some point in the next 10 picks. Yeah, Terry, that's one thing about these smaller linebackers is when you're a tweener, specifically, you look at Isaiah Simmons the last couple of years, two years ago, he was picked at number 9, if I'm not mistaken, by the Cardinals, and they haven't been able to figure out where to put him. And I think that there's just not much that these coverage guys can do. And some of the smaller guys are going to end up falling because teams don't want to risk it. So as good as Nakobe Dean is, in my opinion, I have a 1st round grade on him. Teams just are looking to lessen that and take less risks. And there's Boye Mafe. Boye Mafe. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Unfortunately, our fearless moderator, Aaron, is not in here tonight, and I cannot keep up with the spammers. I don't even see all of them. So I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do about it from my position. When I catch one eventually, I try to get it, but I just can't. I can't see everything. Unfortunately, it's tough. Very, very sorry about that. But back to the pick. The Seattle Seahawks did pick Boye Mafe, defensive end out of Minnesota. Makes sense. I thought defensive end is a place that could go. I thought they might take Jermaine Johnson last night at 9, but they ended up not doing it. So I did have an early 2nd round grade on him. The things about Boye Mafe is the athletic ability tied with the length and really the flashy pass rush ability. He does offer a lot of different moves, and he can string them together well. He seems to understand a little bit better of what he's doing in rushing the passer. He is a little bit old, about 24 this year, so that might have been a reason to his fall, but still picked at 40, so not really bad. Ryan had him also at the top of the second round right here, so makes sense. Avery, you don't have to every time you cough. It's okay. Sometimes you just cough. That's all right. Okay. Drink all your water. All right. All right, Mo. I'm not answering your question anymore. Sorry. I answered your question. I think you're gonna do it every time that a pick is made. Hmm. Thank you, Terry. Why do you think Booth is still there? Are you surprised? I'm a little surprised, but to me, it means that there are teams that are very concerned about his foot. He had 2 off-season foot surgeries, if I'm not mistaken, this past offseason already. So I think teams are really kind of off by his foot issue. It was a big thing for Derek Stingley, but his medical's cleared, and sorry, Kenneth Walker was just selected by the Seattle Seahawks. I know you can. It's okay. Um, sorry that's just confusing for me. um, I guess they don't have much faith in Rashad Penny or Chris Carson. Wow. Okay. Whew, surprised. Like I said, a little surprised about Booth, but I think that the teams are just um, don't know about his medicals. Greg, thank you. Do we trade back a few spots if wide receivers keep falling? Maybe. I think that's a possibility, especially if you're getting calls about other players that aren't receivers. You might be able to find a way to get some maybe fourth round capital, maybe. But again, at this point, you're not picking up day 2 picks unless somebody desperately wants to get somebody. Thank you for the super chat, William. I'm just glad Boye didn't go to the Bills. The Bills Mafia was unbearable around here. Yeah. Boye Mafia. That's funny, right? What? Just finish watching Frozen. Maybe you got 10 minutes, okay? Just watch it for 10 minutes. I'm probably going to miss the Chiefs pick at 50, aren't I? Thank you again for the super chat, William. All right, so Kenneth Walker was my RB1 in this class by a good margin. He does it all. He really does. He's very easily the best running back in this class, in my opinion. I know there's questions about his ability to catch passes, but they just didn't ask him at Wake Forest or at Michigan State to do it. And when he did, he displayed soft hands and the ability to catch the ball away from his body with good body control. And again, hands catching, very, very important. Pass blocking is going to be an issue for him at the next level. Really got to start wanting it if he's going to be. They're very successful on third downs. So, hoping that's the case for him. Let's see where Ryan have Walker. He also had Walker as a second round pick amid with Brees Hall. Oh, he's him much higher than me. So, yeah, just for you guys. Thank you for the question, Rob. This is a good one. What's the best safety available I see them taking a safety next pick. That's interesting. I don't see them taking a safety next, but it's Jaquan Brisker by a good margin. I think that after Jaquan, the safety class really drops off to some inexperienced player like Nick Cross, very, very athletic guy out of Maryland, but he doesn't really know the position yet. You're just kind of playing off of instincts and athletic ability, and also Brian Cook out of Cincinnati. Those are the two guys in the third round that I have third round grades on, but Brisker's the last guy I've got a second round grade on. Thank you for the question, Jacob. If we select the tight end, who would you want? Interesting question. Depends. Are we taking him in the second round? Because I hope not. First of all, if they take him in the third, because it'll be 104, 103, I think I'd be most interested in a guy like Trey McBride out of Colorado State. I think Greg Dulcich is a good option. Kate Otten is actually a guy I'm very, very high on. Jake Ferguson, also a guy that I'm looking out for. So those are just some names for you. All right, what do we got here? Sugary Special K, do you see us trading back from 50 with how the board's falling? Maybe, maybe. I think that they're going to stay there and pick the guy that they want. I think that they don't want to risk anything, especially if the board's falling to them in a specific way that they like. I do think that they're comfortable just waiting it out and taking somebody. I'm probably going to be missing the Chiefs pick, actually, Heisman, because I'm going to have to put my daughter down. So maybe I'll wait until after they pick, and then I'll go put her down. Maybe, or put her to bed. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. Thank you, time. Will Gordon and McKinnon be played in two? Will Gordon and McKinnon be playing in 2020 season? I don't think Gordon will. I don't think McKinnon's going to be on the roster because he's not right now. So I say no to both. Thank you for the super chat, the greatest. If Booth is available at 50, I say we double up. Yeah, I'm in on that. I'm totally okay. If they come out of this day with another edge, another corner, and a wide receiver, I'm happy. I'm very happy. The Vikings just traded up with the Colts. Where the heck did the Colts go to? I don't know. Did they go all the way to the third round? I don't know. I can't see where they. Oh, they went to 53. Okay. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm confused now. So confused. Red Royce, what's going on? I'm bouncing back between you and Ryan and back to you, Dan. I kind of think we should get Ajabo. I'd like for them to get Ajabo. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that they want David Ajabo. And there goes Andrew Booth Jr. As we live and breathe, Andrew Booth is now off the board. Goes to the Vikings. Makes a lot of sense there, in desperate need of corner help, and he's going to help them, especially if he's healthy. So back to my corner. Guys, he was my number 2 corner. I had a first round grade on Andrew Booth Jr. One of my guys. Sad to see him go to the Vikings, but they got himself a good one. Ryan was a little bit lower on him. Also moved him down his board because of some medicals. So yeah, teams are worried about the medicals, but the Vikings thought it was a good time to go up and get him. So makes sense. God, my phone is blowing up. Thank you, Caden. What are you wanting the Chiefs to draft next? If I had my pick, man, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's still 8 picks left until Kansas City's up. I'm probably still looking at defensive end, Cam Thomas, David Ojabo on the board as of now. But wide receiver is probably going to be where they end up going, with Mechie, Pickens, and Moore still on the board there. After that, maybe Brisker. That's an option for them, but I don't see them looking at corner anymore now that Booth is gone. I think Martin Emerson and Tariq Woolen are both reaches. So we'll see. Thank you for the question. Thank you very much for the question, Jackson. Dan, thanks for being here with us tonight. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you guys so much. Excited to build a roster. Do you think there is a scenario in which we trade up to get a 3 second-round picks because of Beach's comment about the sweet spot? I don't think so. I think that they're going to be pretty comfortable where they're at with 2 seconds in their late third. That they felt strongly enough about obviously going to get Trent McDuffie that they were okay doing that and risking some of their capital. But anything can happen. We'll see. we shall see. Thank you very much for the super chat, Chad. Always a big supporter of the channel. Thank you. You gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. Okay. Okay. After this, I'll change it. Okay. Ojabo and Pickens, please. Good to see you, Dan. Good to see you, Chad. And yeah, I would love to have both of them. That'd be nice 1-2 punch for the Chiefs, but I think it's looking less and less likely that's going to happen. And the New York Giants have selected their replacement for Kadarius Toney and Wan'Dale Robinson. Oh, that's funny. That you can't make this up, man. You can't make this stuff. They are going to trade him away, 100%, and just try to replace him with the next best guy. Man. So I did have an mid second on Wan'Dale Robinson. I do like the player. I really do like the player. You can see my wide receiver rankings here is very, very tight throughout the first and second round. Lots of guys in here. Wan'Dale is one of the guys that I think you can move all over the field, get him the ball. Just find a way to get him the ball. And he makes plays happen. Much tougher player than I would have expected at his size, but really do like what he brings with the speed aspect. He has some twitch. Not going to do much on the outside with creating separation downfield, but a guy who's really going to do some things for you after the catch. I think he's going to be a very good player in the NFL. And you can see Ryan actually didn't have anything. He had an early third round grade on Wan'Dale Robinson right here. He even had David Bell ranked above him, interestingly enough. Weird. Huh. Well, yeah. So, yeah, interestingly, Wan'Dale Robinson now is the replacement for Kadarius Toney in New York. All right, Avery. I'll replace. I'll put Ice Age on. Dun, 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 dun. There's a 7. All right. Yeah, Curtis, I told you I'm using the PFF mock draft thing. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to go put my daughter to bed right now, and I will be back on at whenever I'm done. So I have one stream that's labeled for 7:30. I'm going to pop in there as soon as I'm done putting her to sleep. And I'll get done as soon as I can. I do have to go through a little bit of a routine with her, but just kind of bear with me here. I will be back. We'll talk about the Chiefs pick if I end up missing it. We'll catch up on my board. We will make sure that we get everything done, and we'll just catch up from that point. So I thank you guys for being with me. Please come back when I put her to sleep and I get back on. Please rejoin me. The 514 of you are here now. Hopefully we double that and we're gonna go to sleep. It's your bedtime. We're gonna do your routine. Okay, come here. Come say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, I got 500 people watching me. Come here. Oh.
No, I want to watch a movie
Avery,
with my
time's up.
toys.
I know. It's okay, but look, they want to say bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Everyone loves you. You're adorable. It's okay. All right, guys. I'll see you around 7:30. Basically, it's gonna go live whenever I get done. So I'll put her down in her bed. I'll come back and I'll hit the button to go. So I will be back, you guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I'll see you in about 20 to 30 minutes.